Please note this meeting is being recorded and will be available within 24 hours on the MAPS Fast Track YouTube channel. Currently, everyone's on mute. However, if you have any questions for your coach, please type them into the chat box. Following the meeting, if you have any questions about today's call or our other coaching programs, please email us at fasttrack@kw.com. And that's all for me, Christina. Please take it away.
Thank you. Hey guys, so excited to see everybody. I'm going to just give it a minute before we get started. I would love everyone to light up the chat and let me know where you are. Like, what part of the world are you in? And I say that because I can already tell we have people not just in the US on this. So, okay, wonderful. This is awesome. For those that do not know me, and let me go ahead. And there we go. And hold on one second. All right. Okay, guys, Coach Christina Griffin here. Super excited to see you in person. In Zoom. Many of us will see each other in real life and family reunion. So again, thanks again for being here. I will do my best to make this as impactful and inspirational as possible. But again, thank you for being here. You guys are going to get the resources of everything that we're sharing here today. And I'm going to give you some action items that you can go and fully implement into your business. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So part of what I teach for Keller Williams for MAPS is a Dominate Off-Market class. I personally have been in the real estate industry for 20 plus years. Yes. Really, really long time. I have been involved in over 5,000 transactions, to include distress, REO, running short sale departments, working with corporations and relocation as well on a high level. So part of the reason we're here today is to start, I call it the first building block, the first fundamental of working off-market real estate. And that is understanding what the opportunity is in your area. Many of us up until recently felt that short sales or pre-foreclosures were not happening in your market. I'm going to show you how to create the awareness, how to be able to see what is happening in your area, and give you some fundamentals and some foundation on getting started. And we'll also share with you at the end of this class a discount code for my upcoming class launch, that if you join soon, you're going to be able to get into some additional masterminds as well. We've already got a great group sign up for this next launch. Okay, so let's get started. So we've got 200 of my closest Zoom friends, and I am going to start off a little different. I'm going to bring somebody on the screen before I dive into content. And the reason why I'm going to bring him on the screen is he fully embraces the pre-foreclosure side of the business. It's a very big pillar of his business. I'm his coach, and he is in my off-market class. So I am going to ask Warnie to unmute yourself. And there we go. Oops. Let's try it one more time. So Warnie's going to unmute himself, and I put him on the spot. I said, can you give me 5 minutes? Because I feel like when people hear proof of concept, right? We get inspired to whole new levels. I can tell you what I've done. I can tell you how I've done it. But when you hear when somebody is doing it and doing it effectively, I believe it inspires us on a whole new level. So Warnie, for referral purposes, because you're here, right? What part of the world are you in? And I just would love you to just say your market and how long you've been in the real estate business.
I'm in Chattanooga, Tennessee. We're on the eastern side of Tennessee. We're like 100 miles from Atlanta, Georgia, 100 miles from Nashville, and about 100 miles from Knoxville. So we're right on the tip of Tennessee, and you could probably walk 100 feet or so, and you're in Georgia. So
okay. Well, I thank you for being here. And how long have you been in the real estate business?
I've been at Keller Williams for 10 years. And that 10-year period, I've just focused primarily on pre-foreclosures, short sales, bankruptcies, divorces, estate properties.
Okay.
And in the process of just making those calls, I also had an opportunity to develop relationships with some of the bankruptcy attorneys, estate attorneys. And so all of that is comprised in the short sale process. So they're all, it's all a part of it.
Tell everyone what, you also have a role at the county courthouses too.
Yes, I'm also the crier. So I'm the one who actually conducts the auctions in northern Georgia, and then also in the eastern side of Tennessee. So it's referred to as the crier. So I cry out the properties that are going to auction.
Well, so thank you for sharing your experience. So just a few quick questions for you. So since you got into coaching and you put systems around, what's the change in the fact that you did foreclosures, but now you have a system and accountability around it? What is the change that you've seen in your business?
Well, over the last 10 years, and taking into consideration that there is a shift in the marketplace, but with what we're doing right now, more or less you're prepared for the shift. Mm-hmm. And this just gives you an opportunity to, regardless of how the market wanes going forward, you're more or less, your business can be bulletproof. Now, this was my best year in 10 years since I've been at Keller Williams, and basically it's, I thank the Lord for it, but then also yours truly right here. We encompassed some systems and things that to really take the business to the next level. And in contrast to last year, we're 56% over
which were last year.
What we did last year, and what that is comprised of. It's 25 units. Up to this point, a $6,000 commission. So we're grossing right now in GCI a little over $160,000.
And that is, so his main focus is foreclosures, and I'm going to put a bow on his experience and what he's done and how coaching has impacted him. So you are contacting every pre-foreclosure and every foreclosure sale date. I would like you to share, and the biggest purpose was, guys, I want you to see proof of concept that this is his main focus. But I'd like you to share when you are a door knocker. You are putting a golden letter, which we have examples that we're going to share and we'll coach you through. You put them on the doors. So based upon, say you put 100 out or 25 out, what's the ratios on appointments that you're getting on calls?
Just say on like 1/4 on the calls, but for the most part, I really try to just make contact with that seller. Okay. And we're coming from a position of contribution and basically just trying to help the seller and depend upon what his need is. Because sometimes if they want to try to keep the property, then we'll try to help them and reach out to their lender to try to help them keep the properties. But because of the pandemic and because of just the climate right now, a lot of the lenders aren't really working with the sellers because they're so far behind. And then any event that they do work with them, then they're looking at trying to come up with so many payments. And most of them aren't in a position to come up with 4 payments or 3 payments. Okay. And so because of that, we're just able to at least make a transition for the sellers, because in most cases, they're not really aware of what options they do have. And so we go through the options and we'll try to just go through each particular situation to see exactly what need they have and how we can meet their need.
I love that. And that's pure gold. And Warnie, I am so thankful for you sharing And I appreciate you on every level. And I know you're going to get a lot of love in the chat. Make sure to put your contact info for referrals. And thank you. I know I made you maybe a little nervous, so I'm going to take you off the screen now, but I so appreciate you on every level. And
Well, I was just
go
going to
ahead.
say too, right now with the way the market is, and I was going to, there's a website,
Yes,
blacknightinc.com.
I'm going to share those stats in
Great.
just a second.
Yes, I was going to say that's really our timing right now to be involved in short sales or pre-foreclosures is ideal, especially going into the new year.
I love it, and thank you for all your golden nuggets. And guys, so what I want, and I hope that you heard, is he is getting a 25% appointment to door knock ratio on the notice of defaults that he is going after. And it's a pure, simple flyer. And that's something that in our class that I do teach you. So you heard from someone that this is his passion. I hope it inspired you to be able to just see that the fundamentals and the foundation of being able to go after pre-foreclosures, it's coming from contribution, and it's happening across the country. There are things that I call it low-hanging fruit that I'm going to show you, and many of you that have seen me teach before, the foreclosure sale dates, those are things that you can go after to be able to create opportunity right now. And I do teach you how to do that in a high level in my class. So again, hope you got value. Warnie is doing amazing, and he's an inspiration, and he has a passion for pre-foreclosures and all things distress. Now, before I dive into some of the content, I do want to go over the do not call. And the reason why is because I'm going to share with you some resources to obtain phone numbers. And it's very important that you follow the TCPA. It regulates calls and text messages made using certain technology. The TCPA includes the National Do Not Call Registry, and also regulates telemarketing calls. Real estate agents who violate these laws face stiff regulatory penalties and or potential catastrophic legal damages. Contact an attorney to determine if your practices follow TCPA guidelines. In addition to federal laws, several states have laws governing telemarketing. Consult an attorney to determine applicable laws in your area. So it's always important that whatever system you use for phone numbers and anything I share, it is compliant with the TCPA. In the do not call. So that's why I love it right now in a shifting market. It's how can you create opportunity? And that's the biggest thing that I teach you on how to do on a big level, is how to make it rain in your world. So number of properties that are 30 or more days past due, but not in forbearance. So this is what Warnie references. It's Black Knight. Every single month, they come out with national statistics on where pre-foreclosures and foreclosures are, and mortgage stats. So there's 1.5 million number of properties that are 90 or more days past due, but not in foreclosure. There's over 500,000 number of properties in foreclosure pre-sale inventory. So that's kind of that quasi limbo, working with banks to help be able to acquire those. Number of properties that are 30 or more days past due or in foreclosure, there's over 1.7 million. And there's a lot of private mortgages that aren't even taken into factor with this. Now, I do teach you how to be able to create awareness and kind of open your mind to what's going on in your direct area that you may not be aware of. These are just some national stats, and they're continuing to increase on a very high level. There's over 46+ million pre-foreclosures in the entire US, 3.5+ million pre-probate. So again, there's a lot of things that if you're aware and you prospect for them, and I teach you how to do that on a high level, that you can create massive opportunity. And like Warnie said, you can impact the people in your direct world, income from contribution, and help provide options. Now, this class is about pre-foreclosures. It's giving you the fundamental foundations. Some of you may have heard me share some of this, but it's more, I'd say, let's look at it as almost like a revisit, so to speak, right? So introduction to pre-foreclosures. So they should be 3 consecutive months of failed payments. Agents can educate homeowners about their options. Homeowners may already be in forbearance. There are millions that are still in forbearance that are getting ready to come out. And then millions that have already defaulted on that as well. So sale price in pre-foreclosure stage, it may be higher than the price of the foreclosed property. And the stage of pre-foreclosure ends with the notice of default. So what I want you to understand is up until the day the property gets foreclosed on, the owner is fully in control of that property. So our job is to come from contribution, be that expert that's going to help provide options to them and really truly get a hold of that owner. There's no reason that property should go into foreclosure. We can work out solutions with the lenders. We can work out solutions with the seller. We just have to provide to them, hey, here's what your options are. So what does pre-foreclosure mean? They can potentially reverse the default status, sell at market value to settle debts. There are still some forbearances that are happening, sell as a short sale or go into foreclosure. I do teach all of that on our class that we are getting ready to launch a new one in just a few weeks. Qualify a short sale. Okay, so here's the reasons for short sales. Seller owes more than the market value. Seller demonstrates valid hardship. So it could be that they owe more on the home than what it's worth. They were impacted due to COVID. It could be they lost their job. A valid hardship truly is, and I'm seeing many of them get accepted now, just the fact of the economy. That the really valid is if they owe more on the home than what it's worth, then that gets them into that short sale qualifications. Seller must be financially strained, so that's another option. And the lender or bank must approve. So I work with you to teach you how to do that and what systems you need to put in place. What I want you to understand, many of us did bank foreclosures on a high level in the last shift. I'm one of the crazy people that stayed doing bank foreclosures. If you add that as a part of your business, I'm going to highly recommend you keep that regardless if it's a big portion or a small portion. Pre-foreclosures will get your foot in the door with banks because when you're doing a short sale, those negotiators that work for the banks, they can connect you with their asset management division, their REO division on an easy level. I give you the exact steps on how to do that. So here's a few things, and we're going to give you some walk away things that you can print to be able to really start to understand. And then I'm going to show you some awareness so you can see what's actually happening in the market. The message to the seller is we need to outline their situation. Like it was referenced before, we need to talk to them about their situation, what's going on, give them the options, and understand that we need to follow up with them once we give them those options, because there are certain circumstances that they may try and do a workout agreement. They may try and save the home, but we need to do the important thing, follow up, because if they say today, you know what, I really want to keep my home, follow up with them 2 weeks later or a month later, help them maybe keep their home. They are never going to forget you if you help them during this time. Use looming foreclosure as an impetus. So I'm going to show you how to pull foreclosure sale dates, refresh for some of you as well. Educate on credit impact. If you guys do not know the credit impact on a foreclosure, I want you to ask your mortgage broker, your trusted mortgage professional. See if they have something that a lot of local mortgage companies, they have a printout of how foreclosures are an impact on the credit. Always don't be that person to say this is the credit implications. Be that person to give your client how can I say, the resource that's what they specialize in. Same with bankruptcy, probate, divorce attorneys. be that agent that has that team of professionals that you can refer them. Don't try and be an attorney, because that's not what we are. So provide them with their options, emphasize short sale benefits, and get them proactive. And I know I'm talking fast. It's because we have a lot of content to cover, and I want to make sure that you walk away with some things that you can implement into your business. Now, I'm going to share an example cash for keys agreement with you so you can understand what this looks like. Cash for keys is something when you're working in the off market, you're working in the off market side of the business. Cash for keys is something that you're going to encompass and come across in many circumstances. You may have landlords or people that own rental properties that they're struggling to evict the tenant. So cash for keys is an option that you can provide as a solution for landlords or to help them get their tenants out of the property. Cash for keys is also something when you do a short sale. So a lot of times the owner that lives there or the tenant that's in the property, their struggle may be, I have nowhere to go. I have no finances to be able to move. Then cash for keys comes into play when the property physically gets foreclosed on and an agent like myself that represents banks knocks on the door. That's a solution to provide that person that got foreclosed on a way to clean out the property and move on to the next phase of their life. It's exactly the way it sounds, cash for keys. And they have to remove all their belongings from the property, trash and debris, and they literally get an exchange for money. It's a great resource and something that will help you when you're doing a short sale or when you're doing a foreclosure or working with landlords as a solution to be able to add that extra incentive added value to someone in pre-foreclosure. Hey, I understand that you are going through what you're going through right now. My role is to be able to help you get through it and provide you the solutions. What would it look like if I had the ability to potentially get you moving expenses from the bank that owns your mortgage? Most of them don't know that's even available. So that's part of what we help and educate them on. All right. Sorry, guys, hold on. All right, so we need to know where to find the opportunity. So I'm going to share with you some options around that. We need to public notice of auction. County clerk at the county recorder's office is one. You can purchase paid list. Many of you that have seen me speak, I have talked about auction.com. I'm going to revisit that and show you in just a second. Local newspapers, that's actually something Warney does. He does the local newspaper where the foreclosure sales are posted in the local newspaper. So ideally, we need to understand what the opportunity is and to have a prospecting list each and every day for that. I want you to understand pre-foreclosures are just like expireds and for sale by owners, right? But it's a different objection. Those pre-foreclosures, every day a notice of default is filed Monday through Friday at the courthouse. So ideally for you, you're either going to follow the notice of defaults, and just like when a new house is expired, your data is going to show, hey, this is available. I apologize. And sorry, Rodrigo, this is my new addition and he will not stop. So I apologize, real life, right? So sorry, Maps. I have a puppy that's eating my ankles. Anyway, but the notice of defaults they file every day. I want you to look at it as just like expired. You're gonna log into a system, and every day the expired is going to come up. It's the same thing. But let me go ahead and show you the opportunity before we dive into the short sale steps, because I want you guys to understand where the resources are that I'm going to share with you, and then we're going to go into the short sale steps. So let me go ahead. All right. So why I go here, why I go here, and I'm going to just pick the last person that posted. So I see Los Angeles. So I'm going to pick the last person that shared their city and their area, just to show you as an example. So I like to use auction.com because auction.com is a system for free that all the foreclosure sale dates in the entire country and all the foreclosure calendars, they load into auction.com. So many of you here, you're either in my class, you're on my team, you may be in the relocation division of KW, and some of you are just here because you're curious, right? So I want you to look at a system like this as an opportunity awareness, right? And I want you to look how you can add value and help that homeowner. So you're going to see here, there's 302 properties in Los Angeles. You go and you put your area in auction.com. And if you guys are on a computer, I would love you to do this with me and post in the chat how many is in your county. So you go to Los Angeles, or you put your area in, you go to asset type, you drop it down, and you hit foreclosure homes. Okay. So there's 283 properties that have foreclosure sale dates in this particular area. So I would love, yes, there's an app on the phone as well. So I would love you guys to take a look and see what those are. These are properties that have physical foreclosure sale dates that they have been given many months, it could be years, to go through the process. And these are properties that they're losing their home. Now, let's go ahead, 13 in Wake County. I love that. Okay, so why I go here as well, and I teach you in my class about this, is you are, I'm sorry guys, this never happens. Many of you are in areas that have foreclosure that are in person. So you'll see this as at the DoubleTree Hotel, Los Angeles, and that's in person. So that's why the foreclosure auction calendar on auction.com will give you the information. Now, I personally live in Florida. Okay. My county is different. Mine gives us the foreclosure calendar online. So I teach you where to find this information. Many of us are behind on our sales right now. We may have not hit our goals before the end of the year. I am going to highly encourage each and every one of you that you take the properties that have foreclosure sale dates and you go post a simple golden letter on the door. These are people that need your help. And these are people that highly are looking for solutions. And that's part of what we can help them with. Now, I'm in an area that has a bid at the county site. So that's going to actually give, in the state of Florida, that's going to give us the place and the direction on exactly the calendar and how to go and look at it. Most states are not like that. So that's why I use auction.com. So again, if you guys are behind in your goals currently, and I want you to keep in mind, put your state. So Orlando says 0. Yeah, no, Orlando has quite a few. So let me look at that real quick. So, and Orlando also has a foreclosure calendar that's online. One other thing I want to remind you of is we are licensed for the entire state. So when you have investor relationships or buyer relationships, you can sell in your entire state. So yeah, there's 14, it looks like, foreclosure sale dates in Orlando for who posted it. And there is the auction calendar is actually live. So those are foreclosure sale dates. I want you guys to pull the list in your particular area and add this into your prospecting in the next 30 days. Yeah, there's quite a few. You'll see one day in Orlando, there's 19 of them up for auction. So I want you to add this into your daily prospecting. And this is called the end of the foreclosure cycle. Now, Gracie, go ahead and post how to get to my blog in the letters. We have a ton of flyers, a ton of examples on marketing. This is one that I've used frequently. So this is Christmas. I'm your neighbor and an agent. We have buyers. Would you be interested in selling your home to a client of mine? If so, please call me. So again, this is just an example of a touch. You can do it simple. I prefer door-to-door letters or send out cards, which is in the KW Marketplace. You can do that as well. But ideally, we need to pick a prospecting list. And those foreclosure sale dates are what in the foreclosure world we call low-hanging fruit. Now, the next one is, Gracie, go ahead and post my link tree. And also, please post Janie's email, my business growth advisor. So she can, if you guys are interested and need help signing up, she can help for my class as well as the discount code. Now, in my link tree, it gives you the next software I'm going to share. It shows you a 30-day trial to that software. Now, why I'm showing you this is there are different options to be able to find opportunity. I use multiple systems. One is called RedX that gives you daily notice of defaults. The other one I uses this. Now, what I do and I teach in my class on a high level is how to navigate all systems, how to find the opportunity, and how to create awareness for what is available. So I am going to just show you an example. Orlando, we looked and saw what the foreclosure dates were in just Orlando. There are 1,060 pre-foreclosures. So we see that there's foreclosure sale dates and they're lower, but the notice of defaults are much higher across the country. So I want you to know that there's a beginning and there is an end of the cycle when it comes to working foreclosures. We just need to be able to understand how to find the data. In Los Angeles, and I'm just showing you because it's the areas I pulled, there's 3,360 pre-foreclosures. So I just want that to sit with you for a minute. If you guys do not know how to find the information, how to see the opportunity filters, and what to say, how to say it with a full path on how to navigate the distress and off-market industry, that's something I teach on a high level. So you're going to take a golden letter, an example that I share with you in here. There are a ton of golden letters and a ton of examples that you can customize. You're going to take those foreclosure sale dates. You're going to reach out to them. That's your low-hanging fruit. Now, the pre-foreclosures, whether it's RedX or this particular system, make sure it's TCPA compliant. You're going to go and you're going to prospect for them. And the amount of opportunity, I want you to look at just a pre-foreclosure. And then we're going to dive into the short sale steps. But a pre-foreclosure, they're either going to work out the pre-foreclosure, they're going to be able to modify their loan. Okay. They're going to wait until foreclosure and ride it out, or they're going to sell the property. So it's really a 1 in 3 chance that the opportunity is there for you to be able to help and add value to them. Okay, let me mute. Hold on one second. You heard Warnie say that when he door knocks foreclosures, it's a 25% minimum return on appointment ratio. What other prospecting are you doing right now that is a 1 in 4 chance of getting an appointment? I know online leads are a 3 to 5% conversion rate. So we just have to get into action, and I teach you how to do that on a high level in my class. So make sure to take a look at my link tree. There's a lot of resources on my blog. There's a lot of resources. There's quite a few private comments on when's the latest date you can go after a foreclosure sale. the latest date you can go after a foreclosure sale is truly up until the day it goes into foreclosure. However, I'm going to highly recommend you guys, when you get off of this, if you're going to put this into action, which I hope you will, you're going to reach out to your title company or attorney's office, and you're going to say, if I bring you a file today, when is the fastest that you can close it? If they say it is 2 weeks, it's a week, it's, whatever that looks like, that is how far out you should go. So many of you here and many of you that follow my teaching, you're just concerned in growing your own net worth. You want to be able to find really great deals for your own portfolio. So how quick can you financially close on the property when you put it together? There are a lot of different options, and I teach you what that looks like. So that's what I want you to look at. Like, also, do you have investors that can close in just a few days? If not, I show you how to do that. Short sales, they need to go on the MLS. Many short sales, they will delay the foreclosure sale. I teach you how to navigate the bankruptcy and what that looks like, because that will stop the foreclosure. There's also many short sales that they do not even need to be delinquent on their mortgage in order to do a short sale. They just need to owe, more on the home than what it's worth. So that's what I want you to look at, is how can you get into action? How can you create awareness? How can you educate the client? And then come from contribution, okay? This is just my simple 10-step plan for short sales. So it is just a normal listing agreement on the end. Then you have an addendum that goes on the MLS. You're going to reach out to the bank to find out their short sale requirements. You're going to send authorization to the lender. You're going to follow up and request a short sale package. You're going to complete the short sale package. You're going to submit the package to a lender. You're going to follow up on receipt. You're going to schedule a BPO, which I do teach you how to build out a BPO division if that's what if you'd like to grow additional revenue, which I highly recommend it in the shift. When I started working bank foreclosures, I did hundreds of BPOs for free. Got my foot in the door with the right servicer, and it created hundreds of transactions out of that, which led to continuous growth in the foreclosure side of the business. Now they pay about $30 to $50 per BPO now, if you're wanting to do them for companies that just need one. And then you get the short sale acceptance. Okay, so that it's not a complicated process, and there are a lot of things that you can do to leverage it, especially in a changing market. Many title companies will start to grow and build out resources. There are third-party organizations that will pop up as the market changes rapidly. It could also be an opportunity for you to do. So again, this is something I navigate and help you with. Now, prospecting approaches. You're going to pick up the phone. You can write a handwritten letter, door hangers, Post-it notes, pop buys, postcards, long-term nurtures. You need to learn what to say and how to say it. My favorite script is if you were offered the right price for your house, would you be willing to sell it? Now, I want you to focus on changing lives, learn how to help, have a servant's heart, and open your mind to the possibilities. Now I'm going to show you just a few other resources so you have them available and you can see where they are as you digest things to see if you would like to focus in short sales. You're going to see in my drive that is shared with you, you're going to see a short sale folder. In that short sale folder, you're going to see an example of one of my favorite easiest to read short sale applications. It's a loss mitigation application. It's from Flagstar. Now, this is my favorite part. This right here, I highly recommend everybody create this and put your own letterhead on it. This gives you the options around, like Warnie had mentioned, providing them their options. So you're going to provide them the options. You're going to be a resource, and then you're going to be there to follow up with them to help them through the process. So again, this is a great educational tool. We don't have time to go through it on today, but it's something for you guys to print, something for you to review and learn. So you're going to see here if they want to stay or if they want to leave their home. It gives you an overview and it gives you the benefit. Many people are going to want to refinance. They may want to stay in the home. They may want to modify the loan. That doesn't always happen. So again, follow-up is very important in our role to be able to help them. Now, in here gives you a hardship letter. It gives
Christina,
you.
are we seeing something on your screen? I just see change lives.
Hold on. Sorry, love. Gotta love Zoom. So in this folder that Gracie is sharing with you guys, it's going to give you a step-by-step on the different options. So again, I highly recommend you guys redo that for your own personal use. And it's a great resource that I have used frequently. In the folder, it's also going to give you some letter examples. It's going to give you a due diligence worksheet. Okay. And it's going to give you an entire success folder that includes links to share, as well as a copy of a cash for keys letters and some other examples for you. So ideally, action items. Hopefully I encouraged you on showing you someone that's being successful in short sales and foreclosures and how you can implement that into your business. There's a folder that we're sharing with you. Thank you. Gracie, let's reshare the link and how they can get that folder, pretty please. So there's a link that is going to be able to provide you the trial to be able to take a look at the data if you choose. All of the resources I shared with you here today are on my blog. It's going to give you a ton of letter examples, a ton of other gold example short sales step-by-step walkthrough cash for keys letter. Ideally, I want you to look at how can you immediately implement into your business and add this as part of helping your community. Create awareness in your community. Add that you specialize in short sales investment properties to your profile in social media, Zillow, Realtor.com, KW Connect. A lot of your sphere will not reach out to you when they're in distress if they do not know that you understand how to be able to work this part of the business. I want you to look at all the properties that have foreclosure sale dates. I want you to send a cash for key, a golden letter, or go and put that on their door. And then I want you to look at how many people in your area you can start helping and adding value to. I do help, and I do this on a super high level in our class. But again, provided a lot of resources to you. I know we went a little long past the 30-minute webinar, so I hope you guys understand. How do we use this class in Canada? Reach out to me directly at christinagriffin@kw.com, and I'll give you some direct info. Guys, in the States, we are so lucky on our awareness on data. We can pull systems and we can see from probate to divorce to bankruptcy and everything in between. Canada does not have that ability. So there are privacy laws that a lot of this info cannot be disclosed. You always need to follow and be TCPA compliant. And just know, hold on, only links to videos. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you directly where this is so you can see it. Okay. So you're going to see two different options right here. You're going to see my blog. Okay. You're going to download tips to get more referrals. Okay. And then a folder will completely open up for you when you do that. That's going to give you all the resources that I shared here today. Okay. Short sales, letters, a ton of different tools and resources. Now, the software system that I shared with you, you're going to see it in my link tree, which she also shared. It's going to give you this. It also gives you details on my class, some additional videos that I've done as well. So feel free to reach out to me directly. Highly recommend reaching out to my business growth advisor. She can set up and talk to you about the options that we have coming up with MAPS. MAPS has changed my life, and I would love to be part of helping change your life. So guys, again, I truly, truly appreciate it. And it doesn't look like, okay. Rodrigo, sorry, I went a little bit long, but I appreciate you guys. And I hope that you will join in future classes. And if you need anything at all, let me know. I always teach with a lot of information. I know that, but I want you to have actionable items that you can immediately go and implement into your business. And again, our new class is launching the first week of January, and we've got a lot of great things planned. Anyone that joins our current one now, the class now, you're going to get put into a Facebook group and immediately start getting part of masterminds prior to the class. So it's dominate off market listings, and the code is web 15. And it's only $199 a month for 3 months. So guys, I would love to help change your life and help you navigate the shifting market. And we've got a lot of amazing things planned for the next launch.